Hi guys, welcome to another audio video and our reading Lamentations 4 of the King James Version Bible. And it reads, How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street, the precious sons of Zion comparable to fine gold. How are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter? Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness. The tongue of the suckling child cleaveth to the roof of his mouth for thirst. The young children ask bread, and no man breaketh it unto them. They that did feed delicately are desolate in the streets. They that were brought up in scarlet embrace dunghills. For the punishment of the iniquity of the daughter of my people is greater than the punishment of the sin of Sodom, that was overthrown as in a moment, and no hands stayed on her. Her Nazarites were purer than snow, they were whiter than milk, they were more ruddy in body than rubies, their polishing was of sapphire. Their visage is blacker than a coal. They are not known in the streets. Their skin cleaveth to their bones. It is withered. It is become like a stick. They that be slain with a sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. The hands of the pitiful women have sodden their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. The Lord hath accomplished his fury. He hath poured out his fierce anger, and hath kindled the fire in Zion, and it hath devoured the foundations thereof. The kings of the earth and all the inhabitants of the world would not have believed that the adversary of and the enemy should have entered into the gates of Jerusalem. For the sins of her prophets and the iniquities of her priests that have shed the blood of the just in the midst of her, they have wandered as blind men in the streets. They have polluted themselves with blood, so that men could not touch their garments. They cried unto them, Depart ye, it is unclean, depart, depart, touch not. When they fled away and wandered, they said among the heathen, They shall no more sojourn there. The anger of the Lord hath divided them. He will no more regard them. They respected not the persons of the priests. They favored not the elders. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. The breath of our nostrils, the anointed of the Lord, was taken in their pits, of whom we said, Under a shadow we shall live among the heathen. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee, thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Okay, guys, so in this chapter, it is recounted of what actually happens for those who actually suffer from the famine. So they lacked. This chapter just helps us to bring us to that place to show us what exactly happened and how fierce the punishment was to them, so that it is said that it would have been better if they had just died by the sword, because they would have to go through, and I don't know about you, but just to be hungry for a few hours, I mean, and it's not because we have to be, but because probably we're doing something and we want to finish it first before we go ahead and eat, so that's just a few hours. And if hunger for just a few hours can be so cruel and actually tolling on the body, what says hunger for days, continuous hunger, starvation? And that is why I feel very deeply for the people who actually have no food, and that the charities try to help by actually feeding them, whether it's $1 a day or whatever we can contribute. I encourage you to contribute to such charities to help people who are actually in need, who are hungry, because we know the effect that hunger has on us for just a few hours. So we should think what the effect is on someone that has nothing for days, that has nothing for a very long period of time, and that is basically living off nothing, because even if they eat at some point in time, it's so little that it doesn't have any nutritional value to them. And so I encourage you to execute a little charity. Okay, exhibit a little charity. All right, so guys, I'm gonna leave that right there. Please remember to continue to walk in your salvation, and if you've not yet gained it, then seek it. There's no better time to begin than the present. Have yourselves a blessed day. Bye.